Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
A fire rips through a golf course clubhouse here in Genoa Township, destroying the inside of the clubhouse. Their plans to reopen and what they have to do to get people back on the golf course.
But first this noon, we begin Local 4 News at noon with the weather as we prepare for the 4th of July holiday. Let's get over to Brandon with a look at what we can expect. Hey, Brandon.
Good afternoon, Karen. We've got a little bit of cloud cover moving back in and a chance for some showers. Want you to keep your plans in place. If you have the Local Forecasters app, good idea. You can dodge a shower here and there, but it's a struggle for these showers to get going as the air has been dry for weeks around here and it just eats into that moisture trying to work in. So upper 70s to low and middle 80s out there right now, and a little bit of humidity, so it feels a degree or 3 warmer. We're headed to about 87 degrees as we hit the 3 o'clock hour, and that's the window here. I think 2 to about 6 p.m. Best chance for some scattered rain and thunder on this first day of July, Canada Day, and the Royal Oak Taco Fest. But we're waiting on this cold front right across the middle of the state. And again, 2 to 6 p.m., that just tells us that front will likely stall out a little bit. So could be a shower just before the Tigers game tonight. I think we play ball, though, at home against the Royals. Should be good to go. Again, the Local Forecasters app is your weapon, your tool with any kind of weather. You can hold the camera of your phone right up to that box in the middle of that QR code. It'll sync you right to the free Local Forecasters app. Karen.
All right, thank you, Brandon. Our other top story this Friday, fire crews spent the morning over in Livingston County. They were putting out a fire at a golf club. It happened at Falkwood Shores Golf Club near South Hughes and Arrow Drive over in Genoa Township. Nick Monticelli joins us now with more on what investigators believe started the fire.
So from the outside of the clubhouse, it really doesn't look too bad. The building itself still stands. It'll be okay. They just have to redo, well, all of the inside. And this is why, take a look here. This is what used to be the dining room. The fire itself, though, started in the kitchen. They have a lot of work to do.
Just give us some time. Don't worry, we're not going to go anywhere.
That is the message this afternoon from the Falkwood Shores Golf Club. Despite a fire ripping apart the inside of their clubhouse, they will find a way to reopen as soon as possible.
We're going to make arrangements to get a trailer, bathroom facilities. We'll have to get a hold of the health department, make sure we can operate out of whatever facilities we set up. We'll do whatever we can to get the building, if it's possible, rebuilt, but it's going to take some time.
The fire started in the kitchen. Investigators can't exactly say how yet, but it spread through the kitchen, the attic, and more. Making matters worse, in this rural area in Genoa Township, there are no fire hydrants.
So we're calling a lot of different partners to help us out, Howell, Hamburg, Green Oak. So you'll see a lot of crews bringing water to us, and then we shuttle it that way.
And to top it off, this holiday weekend is one of the biggest for golf.
It's a huge golf weekend. It's a huge golf weekend. But right now, I don't have the amenities or the facilities to be able to accommodate anybody.
You know, the community means a lot to us, and we're going to get out there as fast as we can.
A little history on this place. It was a farmhouse back in the late 1800s, converted to a golf course in 1969. It's been that way ever since. We're in Genoa Township. Nick Monticelli, Local 4.
A Traverse City man facing charges in connection to the January 6th insurrection at the Capitol. 27-year-old Luke Lintz was arrested Thursday after prosecutors say he confronted police trying to secure the Capitol. The FBI says a review of video shows Lintz participated in an assault against officers in a tunnel. Lintz was released on $25,000 bond. He's due back in court on Tuesday in Grand Rapids. Today, General Motors reporting its second quarter results. The company says it sold more than 582,000 vehicles during the second quarter. That's down more than 15% from a year ago. GM says its vehicle wholesale volumes were affected by supply chain disruptions, totaling about 95,000 vehicles in its inventory awaiting parts. In the filing, GM says it expects all of those vehicles to be completed and sold to dealers by year's end. State lawmakers have approved a state budget that increases money for education but delayed a decision on how to cut taxes. According to reports, it's a nearly $76 billion budget plan. The record spending plan would dedicate $19.6 billion for public schools and an additional $2 billion for special education funding. There's also $2.6 billion to support pension funds and $6 billion for roads. The budget does not include any sort of tax relief programs. A term filled with history, shaping decisions at Supreme Court is now over. The court's year ended with 2 more consequential opinions and a moment for the history books. Chris Pallone has more from Washington.
Ketanji Brown Jackson was once a law clerk for the Supreme Court. Today, she woke up as its newest justice.
The duties of the office on which
For the first time in the nation's history,
so help me God.
a black woman now sits on the Supreme Court. Ketanji Brown Jackson taking the oaths of her office after Justice Stephen Breyer retired.
All of the members of the court, I am pleased to welcome Justice Jackson to the court and to our common calling.
Jackson joins the court after a term that could affect American life for decades, with a key ruling on gun control and the overturning of the constitutional right to an abortion. Thursday, the court issued 2 more consequential decisions, weakening the power of the Environmental Protection Agency.
This is an historic evisceration of the authority of the EPA to regulate greenhouse gases.
And allowing the Biden administration to end a Trump-era rule that made some asylum seekers stay in Mexico until their cases are decided. Republicans predict a surge in border crossings.
This is devastating for the state of Texas and the United States of America.
Before returning to Washington after a 5-day European trip, President Biden accused the highest court of upending American freedoms.
The outrageous behavior of the Supreme Court of the United States on overruling not only Roe v. Wade, but essentially challenging the right to privacy.
Mr. Biden now saying he favors a limited change to the Senate filibuster so Democrats can protect the right to abortion with a federal law passed by a simple majority. The top Republican in the Senate, Mitch McConnell, said the president's attacks on the court are unmerited and dangerous. In Washington, Chris Pallone, NBC News.
Hockeytown has its new man. Today, the Detroit Red Wings formally introduced Derek Lalonde as new head coach. Lalonde was introduced to the media this morning at Little Caesars Arena. He joins the Red Wings organization after spending the last 4 seasons as assistant coach with the Tampa Bay Lightning. General manager Steve Yzerman believes he's found the right man for the job.
Derek's personality, the way he runs his program, the environment that he wants to create or has created at all the stops along the way, whether it was in Green Bay, Toledo, Iowa, and being a part of a very successful organization in Tampa. I felt like he was for all the things I was looking at, ultimately became the best fit for our team.
By the way, Lalonde is no stranger to the state of Michigan. He was an assistant coach over at Ferris State back in 2004. We are going to have much more on the Red Wings' newest coach when you join us for later editions of Local 4 News. All right, so from the roads to the skies, families are getting ready to head out for the 4th of July weekend, new at noon. While you should be prepared for some heavy traffic and, sorry to say, folks, possible flight cancellations. But first, the big question surrounding a new Listeria outbreak. Nearly 24 hospitalized, and there's one thing most of them have in common.
Well, after the Bernstein office took my case, there was a relief of pressure. Then I just kind of settled in and started trying to deal with my injuries. This is one thing I could control.
Have you ever wondered how a sofa can save the earth? At Designer Looks, we did too. Introducing our eco-performance fabric with at least 30% recycled plastic bottles in each yard. Now kid, pet, and earth-friendly. But that's just one way to customize your sofa. And with the latest styles, lots of colors, and more, the possibilities are endless. It's your sofa, your way. It's custom designer furniture without the designer prices. We are Designer Looks, only at Value City Furniture.
You feel it at the pump, at the checkout counter, and at the end of the month. Families are getting squeezed by rising prices, and now Congress is considering a bill that could make things worse for millions of Americans. Breaking Amazon Prime's guaranteed 2-day free delivery, breaking free services like Google Search and Maps, and exposing your phone to costly malware. Tell Senator Peters, oppose S-2992, because Americans can't afford more price hikes. Sponsored by CCIA.
No.
Come on, him?
I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up message.
Who cares about bikers? We do. Many of our lawyers and staff ride. That's why our firm takes motorcycle accidents personally. Bikers know they need an advantage when they're hurt. The Bernstein Biker Advantage. If you're injured in a motorcycle accident, better get Bernstein.
Dateline tonight.
I was robbed of my sister.
A single act of evil.
She didn't belong out there.
The power of a mother's love.
She fought and fought for justice.
Dateline tonight, 10/9 Central.
100% the golden buzzer is my favorite part of the show.
You've chosen your top 15.
I've got goosebumps.
Look at this.
Absolute magic.
AGT, Tuesday on NBC.
The CDC is investigating a new outbreak of listeria, one of the most dangerous forms of food poisoning. So far, 1 person has died and 23 have gotten sick in this outbreak. The source remains a mystery and hasn't been tied to any particular food. However, the CDC says nearly all of the people known to have been infected either lived in or traveled to Florida. Listeria symptoms usually start 1 to 4 weeks after eating contaminated food. Those symptoms include fever, muscle aches, nausea, and diarrhea. Millions of people hitting the roads and headed to the airports this holiday weekend. Travel forecasters say we will reach near pre-pandemic levels, even with significantly higher gas and airfare costs. NBC's Tom Costello has the latest.
For Americans celebrating the 4th away from home, from the highways to the skyways, the Great Escape is well underway. And for some families, this Independence Day may also celebrate a freedom of sorts from COVID, with the youngest kids now eligible for vaccines.
It's so good!
Nearly 48 million people are traveling over this holiday, a record 42 million by car, despite record high gas prices for the 4th of July weekend.
Gas prices are insane.
But even as drivers pay a national average of $4.84 a gallon for regular, experts say for many families planning to take a trip this summer, going by car may still be the most affordable option. For a vehicle getting an average of 25 miles to the gallon, a round trip from Vegas to the Grand Canyon, just over $120. Charlotte to the Outer Banks, less than $140. Even Kansas City to Denver, a nearly 1,200-mile round trip, just over $200. But factor in meals and hotels and it all adds up.
With kids this age, we'd love to go to Disney World, but getting there and staying there, and it makes more sense to stay close.
The flying public is also paying more.
For 4th of July weekend, travelers paid an average of about $440, up 45% compared to what they would have paid in 2019.
And not just on airfare.
The cost to rent a car this year is 70% more than it was the same month in 2019. So already rental car prices are bonkers.
On Thursday, Delta pilots, in the midst of a labor contract dispute, picketed several airports nationwide, saying they're overworked. As airlines, some of which have already trimmed back summer schedules, face an ongoing pilot shortage. The wild card this weekend and beyond, the weather.
Thunderstorms from Florida up into the southeastern U.S.
All of it creating a rocky travel season over the 4th and through the summer.
Every flight we were on was overbooked. It's going to get worse as the weekend comes on, I'm sure.
All right, and that is Tom Costello reporting. Starting today, Delta, American, and United Airlines are cutting back their schedules. Experts say if you have a flight scheduled within the next few weeks, make sure to double check the schedule and make sure that your flight has not been rescheduled. Still to come this noon, we have another check of your weather. You're looking live at one of our sky cams across Metro Detroit. Brandon is next with your holiday forecast.